there's a lot of buzz around faceless YouTube channels, AI-generated content, dropshipping, vibe coding, print on demand. And yes, they're all viable options, but today I want to share 5 realistic ways to make money online, even if you're not an expert, even if you're not technical, and even if you tried some other side hustles and failed in the past. And unlike other channels that only give you the broad theory, I'm going to introduce you to the actual entrepreneurs who are really doing the thing and making money from it. First on my list is hands down the easiest way that I've ever made money online, and that's through the Amazon Influencer Program. How it works is you request to join, and you do need to have some level of social media following to qualify, but you don't need to be a super mega influencer with millions of followers to get accepted. After that, you're going to create these short video product reviews of items that are sold on Amazon. Doesn't matter if you bought it on Amazon, as long as it's sold there. And then Amazon puts your videos on the relevant product pages. And then when somebody buys the product after watching your video, Amazon gives you a little bit of commission for that. So I started just by looking around the office. I got this microphone arm and the ring light and the teleprompter and the standing desk mat, all of this stuff. And I have earned over $2,000 in doing this, including over $300 this year, and haven't uploaded a single new video. So imagine what that might look like if you were to be consistent with creating content.
Most of what makes you successful as a product reviewer has remained constant. It's work. You have to put in the time. You have to be fairly consistent. There were a lot of people who started around the same time I did who worked really hard for 6 months, made 500 videos, made $20,000, $30,000 off that, but then just burnt out. And so I think the best advice I can give anyone now is set manageable goals. Do 5 videos a week, but do that consistently over a period of several months, and then it starts to compound. And if you're only making pennies in the beginning, just know it's a numbers game. And in my first year, I was about 6 months in, and I was starting to figure out what things sold better and what was trending, and I found something that popped off and it made me $17,000. That product still makes me a few $100s every single month. And if I had only done my first 400 videos, I never would have had that product. If I stopped making videos today, I'd probably still make at least $25,000 this year just because I have that catalog.
The next online business you can start for $0 is freelancing or consulting. The premise here is really simple. Figure out a problem you can solve and go connect with people experiencing that problem. 0 startup costs, but there's 2 parts. First, you got to figure out, well, what's your service going to be? And for that, I recommend some introspection. Take inventory of your own skills. What have you gotten paid to do in the past? What do other people ask you for help with? What do you never get tired of talking about? What do other people irrationally suck at? One of my all-time favorite tactics is to piggyback on the popularity of an existing software tool. So maybe you're a power user or an early adopter of a particular program and could help people with that. It's a tried and true side hustle framework, and we've seen some people build successful piggybacking businesses on top of SEO tools like SEMrush, FreshBooks and QuickBooks in the accounting space, Asana and Pipedrive, Salesforce, even Microsoft Excel. For Christy De Silva, she happened to be a fan of ClickUp and HoneyBook, and even though she started out as a more general virtual assistant, she found that she really enjoyed working with clients to help them set up systems and processes inside their organization. And when she niched down to just doing that stuff, she 10x'd her effective hourly rate.
$30 to $40 an hour as a VA, where now I charge $300 an hour for a strategy session. So crazy, that jump.
So that's the first part, figuring out what service you could potentially offer. The second part is maybe a little bit harder, and that's the connecting with clients piece of the puzzle. For that, Christy turned to YouTube.
We get the majority of our leads from YouTube, and I will say probably 80% of the time people come on, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I've been subscribed to your channels for 2 or 3 years, and they feel like they already know me, even though I have no idea who they are. It's funny because it's a huge thing in sales is that know, like, and trust factor. And we already solved that piece before we even ever get on a sales call. We actually really love vidIQ, and we'll look at what performed best on our channels or what's ranking highest. For example, our ClickUp dashboards video was ranking highest for a long time. Our how to use HoneyBook and ClickUp yearly videos in 2024, those always do really well as well. So we're okay, we'll always do those in the beginning of the year. but we'll look back at our previous content, what's highly ranking, knowing people want more of that. And then we'll really just start doing long tail keyword research in vidIQ. I think we're looking over like a 60 or 70 ranking.
Which is a combination of volume and competitiveness.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And so we also, speaking of competitiveness, we'll definitely do competitor research as well. And so we'll look at their channels, what's ranking high on their channels, and by no means do we ever just copy their video, but we'll be like, okay, cool, they did something on this specific topic. How can we do something similar, but have our own spin?
Prospective clients watch your videos, they build a trusting relationship with you, and then when they need additional help, you're the one who gets the call. Zero startup cost online business number 3 is digital product sales. What I love about this model is it's one where you can create something once, a printable file, a template, a budgeting spreadsheet, a fill-in-the-blank form, a customizable chart, a meal planner, a piece of art. So you can create it once and you can sell it over and over again. My friend Cody is a pro at this. Last year, he took his brand new Etsy shop from like $0 to $1,000 a month in sales in just 3 or 4 months.
I was putting up about 20 to 30 products per week. I actually got my first sale on day 3. I think I probably only had 5 or 6 products up at that point, but I was adding like 20
and that's cool
to 30
because,
a week
because there's
during
not a
this
lot of
whole
social
process.
proof on the channel where it's like, so
None.
it shows 0 sales, 0 reviews. They're
Zero
like,
reviews.
I'm taking a chance on this guy. Yeah.
That's the beauty of this side hustle, though, is you don't need an audience. You don't need an email list. You don't need really anything. Like if you understand keyword research and SEO, that is the most important skill. You can be a 5 out of 10 graphic designer. A lot of people think they have to be like this graphic design wizard in order to sell this stuff. You can be a 5 out of 10 graphic designer as long as you understand keyword research and SEO and you go after those, the riches and the niches, and you go after those kind of longer tail, less targeted keywords. People are going to buy your stuff.
Now, the sticklers are going to come out in the comments and say, hey, wait a minute, it costs 20 cents for every product that you upload to Etsy. So I agree with you. It's not completely free, but 20 cents is pretty close to it. Cody also mentioned using tools like eRank to get an estimate for the search volume and competitiveness of your specific product ideas, which does have a free plan, at least at press time. But here's how I look at it. Start to stack these evergreen digital assets that can make sales month after month. Is there a minimum search volume that's too low to bother with?
I usually don't touch anything under 50. And some people think that's crazy. Some other Etsy quote unquote gurus don't touch things that are under like 200. But for me, I'm like, if there's 50 people searching for this a month and there's 0 competition and I can scoop up, say even 20% of them, 10 people buy my $5 thing. I like to think of these each as like a little mini passive income machine. Like that's $50 extra per month. And that 50 adds up. Like if you can get an army of these $50 per month products, even if they don't have a lot of search volume, you get 20 of those going, that's $1,000 per month and mostly passive income.
If that's got you excited, make sure to download Cody's list of some hot selling seasonal products to get your creative juices flowing, which I'll link up in the description below. The next online business you can start for $0 is what's called Rank and Rent. In this model, you build out a portfolio of websites targeting local service provider searches like Dallas carpet cleaning or gravel driveways Boston. And once those sites have some exposure in Google, you rent them out to qualified local service providers at anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per month. Because after all, those rankings in Google can be pretty valuable and sought after digital real estate. So what makes a good niche here?
I like something that's service-based, that you don't have a storefront. Basically like a plumber, the concrete guy or roofer, you go to the client's site to work. So service-based business. The second one is I really like those high ticket type of work, like concrete, driveways, patios, earthwork, demolition, roofing. Nothing sexy, but those niche work.
And that's because the value of these jobs is worth quite a bit to the service provider. And so they're just like, if we get more leads in, if we can book up our calendar, then yeah, it's worthwhile. We'll just, add this to our monthly marketing budget.
Yeah, exactly. Anything above 50K should work, the population-wise. I'm talking about 400K population-wise seems to be a very sweet spot. So it's not too big city. your local competition is not that strong, and it's easy, and you have enough volume.
From there, you've got to find the company on the ground that does good work, is hungry to grow their business, and just doesn't want to bother with the local SEO side of things themselves. You're essentially becoming a line item on the company's marketing budget. They're outsourcing some of their lead generation to you, and as long as you deliver, those clients tend to stick around. When we recorded, Meow had a portfolio of 20 or 30 of these income-generating sites, so it's a model that can be pretty scalable once you figure it out. For more on this, be sure to check out the full video interview with Meow or Luke Vanderveer's website, Rental Coaching, who she credited with helping her get started, and I'll link that up in the description as well. The fifth online business you can start for $0 is UGC, user-generated content. In fact, you can start this with just your phone and the stuff you have lying around your house. This year, I connected with Megan, a UGC creator here in the Seattle area, who said that she made 4 videos of products she liked and had around the house and used those to seed her portfolio.
The portfolio was the main thing that I sent to brands, though, when I was reaching out. And I was reaching out to brands 2 ways. One is Instagram DM. I would literally just scroll Instagram, look at the ads that I was seeing on Instagram, and then go and follow the brand if I wasn't already following them. And then I would DM them and say, hey, I'm Megan, I'm a UGC creator, I've been seeing your ads, your product looks like something I could totally use myself, and I'd love to be connected with the person in charge of handling partnerships. And I got several responses from that. That's how I landed my second UGC deal. The first one, though, that you mentioned, the $750 deal, was 10 days into my UGC journey, and that was with an app company that I just ended up emailing, cold pitching via email. And they ended up hiring me for 3 videos initially. The only way to land the deal is literally by connecting with brands. So it doesn't matter if you're going to DM, if you're going to email, if you're just going to start with the brands that you already like, because that also is super powerful, because you're coming to the brand saying, hey, I've been using this product for X amount of months or X amount of years. It's a bonus for them because they have a real customer that's going to be willing to make some really authentic, genuine content. So yeah, 100% you can start with brands you already know, you already like. You can quite literally, this is what I tell people if they're kind of having a block on who to reach out to, is take a pen and piece of paper or take your notes app on your phone, go walk around your house and look at all the products that you have, that you've purchased, that you use on a consistent basis. I can almost guarantee most of those brands are posting consistently on social media, and probably a lot of them are also working already with UGC creators.
Be sure to check out the full video with Megan to learn more about starting a UGC business of your own, and let me know in the comments which of these 5 low-cost online businesses sound most exciting to you. Cheers.